Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Filipino Genealogy channel. Recently, I and a cousin made a video discussing our genetic ancestry results from 23andMe. Since then, I have received several questions asking me about what product is best to take and how to order, how to send back the results, and other questions. So today's video will be a way to answer these questions and provide guidance on choosing the best DNA testing company by giving you what results are available for each testing company and how to order them, how much they are, and the most important, how to send them back to the United States. So stay tuned and enjoy this video. So just a few disclaimers. Number one, none of the companies I discussed here paid me to include them in this video. Number two, because I have not tried all genetic testing companies, the companies that I have discussed here are those that I or my friends or relatives have already tried themselves. As I try more and more genetic testing companies in the future, I will of course revise this video and add them to the list as well. So first, let's talk about the price. As you see on the screen, the cost for a DNA test with MyHeritage DNA is only $59. So among the three that I will be showing you today, they have the most affordable price. If we go to the next one, which is Ancestry DNA, Ancestry DNA's cost is $99. So this is their basic DNA testing package. Now, if you want to add more reports to your result, which would include traits, then you just add another $20. So it's going to be $119. And the third one and the last one is 23andMe. Now, if you go with the basic package, which will give you your ancestry and your traits, then you pay $99. Upgrading it to include health reports, just add another $100, so that's $199. If you want to have membership and a year-long additional reports that they may come up with, then you can upgrade to the premium package for only $169 for the kit with an additional $29 for a 1-year prepaid membership. Aside from the price, another thing you have to consider when choosing what DNA test to try is if this particular company ships to the Philippines. And unfortunately, among the three that we are discussing here in this video, only one ships directly to the Philippines. And this is MyHeritage DNA. If you can look at MyHeritage website here, it says that MyHeritage DNA test is available in all countries except for residents of the following locations: Israel, Iran, Libya, Sudan, Somalia, North Korea, Lebanon, Russia, and Syria for being restricted locations for DNA genealogy. But good news for Filipinos, it does ship to the Philippines. So you have to pay a little extra for the shipping cost, but at least MyHeritage ships to us. Unfortunately, both Ancestry and 23andMe do not. Now, according to the website of Ancestry DNA, these are the only countries that they currently offer their services. So obviously the Philippines is not here. So for those who are really interested in getting Ancestry DNA, then you have to go through either a third-party courier service or have someone that you know or related to in the United States to buy it for you and then ship it to you personally. Same with 23andMe. If you take a look at 23andMe's website, these are the countries that are listed where their service is also available. So as you can see, the Philippines is also not part of the list of countries that 23andMe delivers to. So for now, again, get a third-party courier service or have a friend or relative send it to you personally. if you want to know what kind of reports you get from the 3 different companies, then take a look at this. For MyHeritage, this is the kind of report that you will get. So this is the result I got when I submitted my DNA sample to them. Your ethnicity estimate, of course, we will not be talking about the results for now. That will be for another video. And you also have your DNA matches. So for DNA matches, for MyHeritage, I got 90 DNA matches. So still quite a few, but if you compare it later with the other testing companies, you will see the difference. So for Ancestry DNA, this is the overview of the kind of results that you can expect from getting this particular test. So you have your ethnicity estimate, and of course you have your DNA matches. Now if you look at the number of matches for this report, by the way, this DNA test is my uncle's result and not mine. I have not yet taken this personally. DNA Ancestry gives you almost 1,000 results, at least as far as my uncle is concerned. And they also have a tool called Through Lines, which shows you or suggests how you may be related to certain people through DNA, and based also on your encoded family tree in Ancestry's website. And finally, if you take a look at 23andMe, you will see that the reports they show you are quite a few. So you have your Ancestry report. So for the Ancestry report, like MyHeritage and Ancestry DNA, 23andMe will also provide you with a breakdown of your ancestry composition. Unlike MyHeritage and Ancestry DNA, the breakdown that 23andMe gives you is a little bit more complete. If you look at the breakdown for your certain ethnicity, if you check, let's say, Filipino and Austronesian, you are able to also find which part of the Philippines, for instance, you most likely have relatives in. So based on the breakdown of 23andMe's results, I have strongest evidence of my ancestry in 10 of the 18 administrative regions of the Philippines. So it's just a little bit more than what Ancestry DNA and MyHeritage DNA gives you. Aside from that, Ancestry can also show you the following reports without additional payment. So it shows you your Neanderthal ancestry, your haplogroups, both maternal and paternal. We already saw the ancestry composition. And of course, if you go back to the available reports, you also have your DNA relatives. Now, in the case of 23andMe, they can give you as many as 1,500 relatives, which is definitely more than both MyHeritage DNA and Ancestry DNA combined. It will also show you your traits. So there are a lot of interesting traits that you may find based on your DNA result. And if you want to upgrade further, then there's the health option as well. And of course, a very interesting report also that you can benefit from is getting your DNA book. And as you see here, this is the proof. It's 49 pages long based on it's in PDF. You can actually download it if you want. And if you want, you can print it yourself. It's available for you to download. So here are the things that you can get. So aside from your ancestry breakdown, then you also have your ancestry timeline. So it will also show you all these amazing things like the chromosome painting and a breakdown of your other reports. This is a 49-page report. You can download it for free and print it yourself if you want a hard copy. So to sum up everything, let's do a little comparison chart for the 3 companies that we discussed today. Let's look at the pricing, if it delivers to the Philippines, the results you get, as well as the process of sending it back to the United States for these 3 companies: MyHeritage DNA, Ancestry DNA, and 23andMe. So as for the price, MyHeritage DNA, of course, is the cheapest at $59. Ancestry DNA is $99 with an add-on option of $20 to get your traits results. For 23andMe, it is also $99 with an option to add $100 to get your health report. As for the question, does it deliver to the Philippines? Only MyHeritage DNA delivers as of now. Both Ancestry DNA and 23andMe does not yet deliver to the Philippines. However, as we have done, you can try to go through a third-party courier, or you can also ask someone you know in the United States to send it to you directly. The results are a little bit more varied. For MyHeritage, you get ethnicity reports as well as less than 1,000 relatives or DNA matches. For Ancestry DNA, you also get ethnicity report as well as about 500 to 1,200 DNA matches. 23andMe has more reports to give you, so you get your ethnicity report, an estimation of how much of your DNA contains Neanderthal DNA. You get haplogroups, both maternal and paternal, for free. You get ancestry timeline, chromosome painting, and of course, traits. Now, all three of course, can be sent back to the United States through any type of courier service, but it has been my experience that the best option to do it is through FedEx. It's a little bit more pricey. Sometimes the cost of the FedEx is a little bit even higher than the MyHeritage DNA cost, but you can be guaranteed that it will arrive in the United States within a week or even less, depending on quarantine protocols. Make sure you prepare a medical certificate stating that the sample is purely for DNA purposes and that it is not hazardous nor infectious. The courier service will ask for the certification. Philippine laws are quite strict when it comes to sending back your DNA sample as of now. So that's it for the comparison of these DNA services that you can choose from. So those are the DNA testing companies I have tried myself, or at least my friends and relatives have tried themselves, giving us a better understanding on the process of ordering them as well as sending them back. I hope that you learned something from today's video, and I hope that those who asked questions had their questions answered here. If you have other questions about genetic testing or about genealogy in general, don't hesitate to send us a message through any one of our social media accounts found here in this video's description. Thank you and stay safe always. Goodbye.